God bless you, my children.
God bless you. God bless you.
We come from a long way off, as you regard distance, and yet we are so close to you that we can enter into your minds and we can give you some of our ideas. Coming through the blackness into the earth plane, we want to give you encouragement because we know that at times you are in despair about your world, and yet you have been told so often that there is progress, and that in the fullness of time there will be further links between you and the spirit world, between man and spirit, between man and God. It seems to you at the present time that man on the whole has rejected God, and yet that is a fallacy thrust upon you from every side. If you could see into the hearts of your fellow men and women, you would find that there are still the ideals of goodness, of love, of charity and compassion, and it is impossible for your world to be completely lost. On every side you get thrust upon you the misdeeds of man, and yet if you look back into your history, you will recall that there have always been crimes committed. In giving man the power to think, giving him free will, giving him opportunities for good and for evil, Spirit has laid upon man the burden of free will. And we want once more to reassure you that your world is improving, although you cannot see the results as clearly as you can see the darkness. It is up to man to live to the best of his ability, to live to the highest that he knows, to follow his pathway, which will eventually lead him to spirit. We cannot alter the events upon earth. We can only remind you of the goodness that there is in mankind. And we want you to remember that goodness, to remember the deeds of kindness, of love, of self-sacrifice. We want you to look at your fellow men and women, knowing that within each one of them there is a part of spirit, a part of God, and even in the worst of your humankind, that spirit exists. One of your precepts is given as eternal progress open to every soul. Remember that when you are condemning your fellow men and women. Remember that you are all upon a pathway that is steep, that can be very rough in places, that can take you through darkness as well as sunshine, but a pathway that will enable you to grow in spirit, so that when you come to the finish of your days upon earth, you will have learned something that will be of help to you, something that will develop your character, something that will build your place in the next world. Do not be downhearted. As we have said before, and we will probably say again and again, Look for the good in the people that you meet. Give your love even to those who commit the worst of what you call crimes. Remember, you are all children of God. You are all part of the Great Spirit. You cannot judge your fellow men and women. You should not judge them, because you cannot know the motives that are in their minds. You cannot see into their secret hearts and know why they commit things which you consider to be crimes. All you can do is to give out your love to all your fellow men and women. Think of them in your prayers, and your thoughts of them do help. Give what practical assistance you can. You cannot force people to do good, but what you can do is to remember that they are your brothers and your sisters. You feel your links with the animal kingdom, with the plant world, and you have links with every form of life that there is upon earth. And when you leave your physical body behind and come into the spirit realm, you will realize that you also have links not only with those in the physical, but with all those in the spiritual. We try not to tell you what you should do and what you should not. We ask you to give love to the best of your ability, love to everyone whom you meet, love to every form of life. We feel sometimes that we say this over and over again, and yet we feel that we cannot emphasize it too much. There is a bond of love between you and the spirit world. Those whom you have loved on earth, who have passed on, are still linking to you with that love. And when you come to our side of life and look back upon your time upon earth, you will realize how many links you have made, links which have been forgotten in your physical body, but which will always be there in your spiritual body. So we leave you with these few words, giving you a blessing from Spirit to each one of you, to those who link to you in love, and a blessing to the world, your world, from ours. Good night, and God bless you.
God bless you.
Thank you.